Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Why President Obama and Congress are not protecting us effectively. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. If you are not troubled about how the USA is being run, you're not paying attention. The threat from Islamic killers is growing, and our response is disorganized, to say the least. But even more dangerous than that is the fact that our government is caught by surprise, time after time after time. The murder of America's ambassador in Libya, the Obama administration caught by surprise. Putin's seizure of Crimea, big surprise to the White House. ISIS invading Iraq, again. President Obama says he and his national security team were all surprised. Now, that's simply unacceptable. And the one body that could do something about it is Congress. The House and the Senate have oversight on the president and how he conducts himself in office. We have plenty of committees set up to make sure national security is being upheld. But it's not being upheld, and everybody knows it. Yet our congresspeople and senators say little. A few, like John McCain and Lindsey Graham, have been outspoken about the danger to America, and they've been vilified by the left as warmongers. In fact, on the Democratic side, we hear gibberish, foolish rationalizations, or attacks on people like me who are pointing out the danger of the worldwide jihad. Last night on 60 Minutes, President Obama stuck by his talking points.
I made very clear, we are not at war against Islam. Islam is a religion that preaches peace, and the overwhelming majority of Muslims are peaceful. But in the Muslim world right now, there is a cancer that has grown for too long that suggests that it is acceptable to kill innocent people who worship a different God. We have to get the international community to recognize this is a problem. We've got to get Arab and Muslim leaders to say very clearly, these folks do not represent us, they do not represent Islam, and to speak out forcefully against them.
So let me get this straight. President Obama, 13 years after 9/11, believes that he's going to get Muslim leaders to finally speak out against the jihad. He himself has had 6 years to do that. And what do we have? Very little in the way of Muslim nations helping the U.S. against the terrorists. So there comes a point when saying we have to get Muslim leaders to condemn the jihad is simply a waste of time.
President Obama keeps insisting that ISIS is not Islamic. Well, maybe they don't practice the Muslim faith the same way he does. But if vast numbers of Muslims across the world believe, and they do, that humans deserve to die for merely holding a different idea, or drawing a cartoon, or writing a book, or eloping with the wrong person, not only does the Muslim world have something in common with ISIS, it has too much in common with ISIS.
Now that statement's a bit unfair. Most Muslims are rational, peaceful people. But Muslims abroad are afraid that if they do speak out, they'll be killed by the jihadists. Therefore, they look to leaders in countries like Pakistan, Algeria, Egypt. And what do they see? Chaos and cowardice. That's what. So it's not the individual Muslim that's the problem. It's the Muslim nations who tolerate and sometimes even support the terrorists. However, in his interview last night, President Obama remained positive.
The good news is that you have an unprecedented international coalition that is serious about this. Not only do we have Arab states participating in airstrikes for the first time in a very long time and being very serious about their commitment, but you've got the United Kingdom, you've got France, Belgium.
You've got them doing what? The United Kingdom, France, Belgium, and other coalition nations. There are 62 of them. Out of all of them, 4 will attack ISIS inside of Syria. 4. Let me repeat. President Obama has put together 62 nations that say they don't like ISIS and are willing to help out. Yet only 4 will bomb ISIS positions in Syria, and not Great Britain, France, or Belgium. They won't do it. So that's a weak coalition. A bunch of nations that are talking but not acting. And why won't they bomb inside of Syria? Who knows? What's the downside for them? The sad fact is that the United States is the only nation on earth capable of destroying the jihad. China and Russia could do it, but will not because they want to see America damaged. China and Russia's capabilities are directed toward expanding their power and limiting democracy, not fighting evil. The jihadists well understand the West does not have the will to defeat them. That's why they behead people on camera. They're arrogant. These savages don't fear reprisals because the reprisals are so weak.